Hello everyone. So today in this video we are going to solve a question of LeetCode, that is broken calculator. It is 991st question on LeetCode and it comes under medium category. Alright, so let's start with the problem statement. There is a broken calculator that has the integer start value on its display initially. In one operation you can multiply the number on display by 2 or subtract 1 from the number on the display. Given two integers, start value and target, return the minimum number of operations needed to display target on the calculator. So basically in this question, we need to find the minimum number of operation that we can perform on the start value to get the target. So to approach this problem, we can use a greedy approach because like in the greedy approach, what we mostly do is we just minimize the number of operation and we greedily select few operations which can get the desired answer in the least number of operations. So this is what the greedy approach is. So we will just try to do it in this question. So let's quickly understand with an example. So let's say we have given a start value. So start value will be equal to 2 and target will be equal to 3. So what we will do, we will just multiply it by 2. So what we will get 4. And if we just subtract 1 from it, we will get 3. So the number of operation we did here is 2, because in the first operation we did a multiplication, in second one we did subtraction. So we will return 2 as 2 is the number of operation we performed here. Okay, so the another approach which we can follow here is like we can do the opposite in the target and we can get the starting value from here. Let's see how can we do that. So if we have target here, so what we can do, if target is an even number, then we can just divide it by 2. Like there we can be like in the starting value we were just multiplying it by 2, so in the target we can divide it by 2, and in the target we were subtracting it by, like in the starting value we were subtracting it by 1, so in the target we can just add it by 1, like the opposite operations we can perform in the target. So let's see, like 3 is not an even number, so we cannot divide it by 2. So what we can do, we can add 1 into it, like in the starting value we were just subtracting it by 1, so in the target we can add it by 1. So let's add 1 into it, so we will get 4. Now 4 is an even number. Since 4 is an even number, we can just divide it by 2. In the starting value we were multiplying it by 2, so the opposite we can do it in the target, so we will just divide it by 2. So let's divide it by 2 and we get 2 as our answer. So the number of operations we performed here is adding 1 and dividing by 2. So the number of operation is 2, so we will return true in this case. So this is the first example. Let's see the second example. So in the second example we have starting value equal to 5 and target equal to 8. Okay, so let's understand this. Like target is 8, so if we divide, like it is a even number, so let's divide it by 2. We get 4. 4 is again an even number, let's divide it by 2, so we get 2. Since we cannot divide it by 2 here because 4 is less than 5, so like we have 4 here, so we need to add 1 into it to get the 5. So let's add it by 1 and we get 5 here. So let's understand with the third example, like the number of operation we did here is the divided by 2 and adding 1 into it, so we get 2 operation. Now let's see the third example. In the third example we have target equal to 10 and starting value is equal to 3. Okay, so let's see, target is equal to 10, so 10 is an even number, let's divide it by 2, we get 5. Now 5 is not an even number. Since 5 is not an even number, we will just add 1 into it, we get 6. Now 6 is an even number, let's divide it by 2 and we get 3. 3 is the desired answer as the starting value is 3. So the number of operations we performed here is dividing by 2, adding 1 into it and dividing it by 2. So the number of operation is 3, so we will return 3 in this case. I hope the approach is clear to you. Let's quickly code it up. So let's take integer variable, let's name it count, which will be counting the number of operations initially. So let's initiate it is 0, and let's run a while loop until start value is greater than target, like it is less than target. Okay, now let's check, like we need to update the target value. So let's update target will be equal to, like, target, if it is a multiple of 2, then we can directly divide it by 2, else in other conditions we can just add 1 into it. So target plus 1, just increment the count from here. Okay, now let's just return count plus start value minus target. Okay, I hope it should be fine. Let's just run it. We did a spelling mistake here. Yeah, it's working fine. Now let's just submit it. Yeah, it's working fine. Now let's calculate the time and space complexity. So time complexity of our solution is big of log of target. It is log of target because, like, we are dividing it by 2 in most of the cases and we are using a greedy approach. So the time complexity is big of log of target, and space complexity is big of 1 because we are using a constant space here. So I hope the approach is clear to you. If you still have any doubt in this question, feel free to comment it down. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.